Shalom. First and foremost, want to give all praises to our Paul, Yahweh, Shem Yahushai, Shem Makakarash, Call Harlem, Yahweh, Shem Yahushai, Shem Makakarash. That's the nation Hebrew, saying all praises to Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Yahweh is the correct name for the God of the Bible, for the world ignorantly call Jehovah, God, or Yahweh. His son's true name in Hebrew is Yahushai, who the world ignorantly call Jesus Christ. The true name for the God of the Bible in the Hebrew is Yahweh, and his son's true name in Hebrew is Yahushai. I want to give the honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and shalom to all the brothers and more pushing this word in sincerity and in truth, to all that believe in this gospel. Shalom. This is going to be a quick, gasoline transit, and touching on that so-called UFO that they did I don't know if Pentagon did it, but there's been video release, things say apostle, less than it, but yeah, that's where I signed first. The as well, and they report now coming out that they shot an Hellfire missile on a so-called UFO, which we know what they are. If that video is true, if I read the so-called UFO, them say the truth, who knows, because he's a liar, but at the end of the day, we say what is brewing, that war in heaven that's prophesied, prophesied in the book of Revelation, more than one other book, but the scripture said there was war in heaven. Michael and his angel fought, the dragon and his angel, right? That's actually a prophecy, in other words, in a Hamid. So, according to a Christian belief, Satan was kicked out of heaven, when he rebelled against God, because in the one must make man to one, that the only thing he couldn't do. So, all the bullshit, best sing up on the choir, all that rubbish, not in the Bible, you see me? But the war in heaven is a prophecy. When you read Revelation 1 and 1, the scripture say, which things, I just quote the precept to the best of my ability, driving, so I'm not going to have the ability to really just read precept them, but yeah, so the precept in Revelation 1 and 1, I do believe, say, which him signify and show to him servant, John the Revelator, things which must shortly come to pass. So it's things where are going to happen in the future. Is it they never happen yet, for the most part, right? So the war in heaven, alright, Revelation 12, and 7. And he also prophesied as well in Revelation 19, go verse 11 on down. He tell us, Revelation 1 and 7 says, behold, he cometh with clouds, which referring to the chariots, and all his eyes are going to see him. Alright, but in Revelation 19 and go verse 11 speaks about him that come with right, let's see if we can remember exactly. Come on a white horse, which go back to the chariots, you see me, and I'm going to fight against these heathens, where the scripture in the prophecies actually speak about. And when we go to even the book of 2nd Ezra 13 chapter, it speaks about also the war. But a part of it I want to mention as well, where the scripture say, his pride had deceived him. We know so the most I even have certain left-hand spirit out there, whispering that Esau is. I don't say Esau referring to the so-called white race, chiefly the elites. And when I say chiefly elites, I'm referring to the one them where, I planned this fight. Because Esau basically are so-called white people that want to be the peons them, or regular people. They are all Edomites at the end of the day, you see me? But what I'm referring to is the elites them will know a lot of information, know who them are go up against, you see me? or trick the world to believe that, oh, it's a alien invasion, which actually that's just the return of Yahweh Shai, with the whole of hosts of heaven, right? But in Second Ezra, the 13th chapter, sorry, we speak about them gathered an innumerable multitude. You see me? Crazy. But gathered an innumerable multitude to fight against him, and they were afraid but durst fight. Going back to so them afraid, them see say it's not making sense, right? It's not gonna work, right? It's futile to fight against, these crafts here that one of the generals say they are thousands of years ahead referring to the level of technology. I said I watched some other videos, and they were going into the fact that them now Russia not no technology, China not no technology, and the US not no technology, but can basically withstand an Hellfire missile and continue flying like that. Is the main, because what takes place is like when the Hellfire missile hit it, it basically split off, like two other pieces come off. Is the man them was flying in the same like none of them. It's like, oh, miss me. Alright. And I'm seeing other videos, which I don't know the type of missile that was used. I think that was in Iran. Them shoot two of them in a year, them fire shot or fight. I'm say shot referring to missiles. And it just stand up and no change. But as brother's been saying, no say I could just show Esau say, oh yeah man, try a thing man. Is because we know I have an idea. Right, the scripture say what? After a innumerable multitude, he need to lift up sword, not any weapons of war, but he only saw out of basically the motor referring to the chariots, right, basically fire, right. That's I'm thinking of Habakkuk as well. He speaks about what they call it now, the lights, which go back to laser beams, basically, are concentrated fire coming from the chariots, to basically shoot at Esau. That's why scripture says what? I have come to set fire on the earth. And it says, behold, Isaiah 66 and 15. Is him, he says him come with his chariots, of fire. Right? Which go back to the missile, the concentrated fire, or laser beam, so to speak. Well, where the most I saying I wish I equipped with these UFOs. Remember, I think you see Apostle started listening on this too. Them see a UFO, so-called UFO again, we know what they are. Or half the size of the sun. You see me? And they see one must see what 5,000 miles, right? Or something like that. Bigger than America. And of course the one that is half the size of the sun. By default, you're supposed to know say that can actually bigger than the earth. That's why the scripture say all eyes are going to see him once that fathership touch in the atmosphere. Everybody else can see me because it's going to black out literally the sky. Right? So you can't shoot that down, Virgin. You something bigger than the earth, over the earth, and you shoot it down. To drop on it and you're done. So Esau, the scripture say, pride deceiving, and the scripture say, what the deceived and deceiver are his. So in the day, the Most High, ultimately, Yahweh Shemel Shai, deceiving this devil, to make him actually think, say, him can actually fight against the Lord and stand a chance, because it's futile, eh? Is him Esau stand no chance of actually winning this battle. Is him he's gonna lose miserably. Right? Is scripture say what after the innumerable multitude, nothing left but dust and smell of smoke. You see me? And that's what's gonna happen here. Right? Them not stand no chance against the chariots. None whatsoever. Right? So even though Esau you have a missile, she will say for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth. And in Isaiah 2, it says, it says in Isaiah 2, it tell you that the Lord alone shall be exalted in that day. Because all of these powers, you see me, all these kingdoms, these nations, whatever technology them have, and them space force and them this and that, it not gonna amount to nothing. You see me, I wish I was gonna take them down with ease. It just as I'm flat in ancient Egypt. You see me walk through Egypt and what is it, Rahab? Or yeah, the harlot say yo, our heart melt within us, yo. When we hear, so we don't come. Because guess what? Them here where you how about Shemi Washai do unto Egypt. You see me? And these nations are going to see the level of power. And so I scripture say what I will not meet thee as a man. Yahweh come with full power. You see me? And nobody now can do nothing. You see me? Right, the basically going to be an overkill, so to speak. Right, that's what's coming. Right? You know, so this one speak on that, you know, little hopefully set the phone until like out there. So okay. Hola. Hello. It's the case keep on job. Yeah man, but hopefully set the phone until like out there, giving our praise to Poya about Shemi Shy, about Shemi Crash. The one is into elders and apostles, a great millstone, you know. And keep watching, you know, stay in the spirit. We see these things, we know where you allude to. You know, the return of fire was shy, and whether Esau will use it to stage events or whatever, we don't care. We just know that you can't win him battle when him stink. Him have a fight, you know. And, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices either. You know, so all the way my plan and scheme, a waste of time. You see me? Because in the idea, still going to slavery. You know, that's prophecy. You know, Esau going into slavery, whether them like it or not. You know, so you know, instead of giving more praise to the poor, you know, about Shemi Shy, about Shemi Crash, the abundance into elders and apostles of creating the stone that taught us well, you know, about even these crafts. You know, a long time, but it's been prophesying about these things, coming to the scripture, seeing Positar always, even though videos in regards to UFOs in the Bible, you know. So we know what these things are. These are chariots of heaven, and they're coming to fight on the behalf of the elect, and destroy these heathens, yeah. So shalom.